Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Your boy's backing out and did it again one more time. Guys, we are live right now. Out here, man, we're going to be looking for some jobs, opportunities. You already know how we do it. But yeah, let's get started. Shout out to the wifey and the kids in the background. If you see them in there somewhere, they here. All right, so let's get it popping, guys. Make sure you come in, leave a question if you have a question. If you got a topic, definitely put it in here. So that way I can go in and answer your questions. But at the same time, I'm going to be looking for some job opportunities, see what's going on right now for new developers, right? If you're a new developer, this is the live stream that you want to be watching and you want to be paying attention to. Go ahead, Gigi. I got my son over here. He's like, hey, should I come out? Yes. All right, cool. So right now I'm in a undisclosed location. We had to get the hell out of Tampa real quick because it was a little bit crazy. No internet, no nothing. So we are here. And yeah, so now we're live. Shout out to everybody in here. I missed you guys so much. You guys have no idea. It's been hard to be out here without no internet and electricity, but yeah, I said, you know what? I thought I was strong enough to stay. I was like, I'm gonna stick it out. I can't. I gotta work. So, so yeah, man. So shout out to everybody in here. Let me see if I could get the live chat so I could give you guys a quick shout out to everybody that's in here. And then from there, we're going to jump into the job report. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to the homie. Let me put this right here. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to Angel Medina. Shout out to Chris Norton. My boy Lawrence Code. I appreciate it. One Syrian. Always going to be one Syrian. Donovan, what's going on? Says, what's your thoughts on the tech layoffs for 2024? Do you think it will be better in 2025? I have some coding mentees concerned about that. I really do believe that it's going to be much, much better in 2025. I don't want to get into too much into politics, but shit's looking good now. Okay, so yeah. As long as your boy wins, we gonna get a good economy. If your boy don't win, then we got some shit that we gotta, be concerned about, and we gotta start looking at other ways to make income. But again, I do want to mention that to everybody that's watching this, the tech industry revolves around interest, right? Interest rate, right? If you have low interest rates, companies are able to go in and get loans, right? And also to get people to invest in them. Okay, so you're gonna see a lot of opportunities when you see the interest rate going down. It already started. Another thing too is the type of jobs that you're going for. If you say, well, man, I want to start at FANG, yeah, it's going to be hard. This is not 2021, 2022, where they were basically hiring everybody and their mother. Nah, this is not that, okay? Companies are hiring people who are qualified and have experience. Now, what are the jobs that you can get without having experience? And it's what I always preach here. I've been preaching the same thing for 7+ years, okay? And it's because it works. You need to focus on your first job, not trying to get the highest paying job, because the highest paying job, you're competing not only with people who are getting into the industry, but also to veterans. And let's be honest, if you put yourself next to a veteran that has 5, 6, 7 years, right? He's always going to win because he has experience. But what do? You have to go in and get your first job. So you have things like content management, content editor, web administrator, webmaster. There's a whole bunch of jobs. If you still haven't found out what that list is, go check out my website, codingphase.com. I have everything laid out in there on that front page. Okay, so Keep that in mind. Those are the type of jobs that you're going to get your first job opportunity. You have things like email developer. Email development right now is hot, okay? Especially now with AI, there's going to be a lot of things that you can do as an email developer that speed up your process, but you need to know what to do. What's the process of building an email campaign, right? Setting up automations, setting up all of these things. If you know how to do this, you can get a job. Okay. All of this is part of web development. A lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people think that you have to be building front end applications, full stack applications to be quote unquote considered experienced in web development. And that's just not true. Okay. Anything that you do on the web, as far as building either a website, maintaining a website, or dealing with anything that has to do with the web, something similar to like email development, right? All of that's considered experience. Now, when you go in and you say, well, now I'm ready to apply as a front end developer, as a full stack developer, back end developer, whatever, right? Now you come in with 6 months of experience, a year of experience, and now those companies are looking at you seriously, okay? That's just how it is. Sometimes people want to skip steps. I see people go in and say, well, let me go to a boot camp because they're charging me $20,000. It's going to help me look more legit. Guys, a piece of paper, an online certification, a pat in the back, like that don't mean nothing to companies. Okay? What really matters is that you can actually deliver and that someone else already took the risk. Okay? Hiring somebody to do front end or hiring someone to do full stack development, it comes with a lot of responsibilities, right? So companies, if they're gonna go in and say, well, we're gonna hire this guy to be a React developer or a Node.js developer or a Java developer, you wanna show up with actual skills, okay? Because they're gonna pay you good. So guess what? The higher you get paid, the more responsibilities you have, right? And more responsibilities on the companies to make sure that they're hiring the right candidate. So when you go in and you take this other routes that I've been saying since like God knows when, right? You go in and you go on this route, it allows you to put money in your pocket, right? That's the number one thing. If you're not making money, you're a random dude with a hobby. That's it. If you don't make $1 of code and you haven't gotten paid, you have a hobby. You might as well get yourself a big bottle, get you a little ship, and start tinkering and building that ship inside of a bottle. You have a hobby. You're not a real developer. You're just a hobbyist, okay? The moment you start getting paid, the moment you start solving problems, that's when you could consider yourself a developer, okay? That's just the facts. So if you're not working towards getting paid or getting a job or actually solving people's problems, you're just doing this shit for fun, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand that that's not being a professional. You're just a guy with a hobby. So going into this game, you have to make sure that you are getting your first job as soon as possible. So you could start making money. You can start seeing how this industry works. You can work with other developers. You can work with the marketing team. You can work with the design team. You can work with project managers. And now when you show up to this bigger roles, for example, like, hey, I'm a React developer. I want to go work at, I don't know, I want to go work at GameStop, let's say, right? Just a regular company, but guess what? They have front-end developer jobs, right? You go work at GameStop or Home Depot or Walmart or something like that. Guess what? When you show up there, you already have 6 months, a year of experience working at another major company. They're not taking a risk. They already know that you know how this shit works, okay? And you have the skills, because in that time where you had your first job, you was preparing for the bigger roles. You have a way better portfolio. You have way better experience, right, under your belt. And guess what? You was getting paid the whole way, okay? You don't want to be one of those guys that's like here for a year and a half, and they're looking around like, yeah, I've been learning how to code. What do you have to show for? I got people that came to codingphase.com, no cap, came in a month and a half, 2 months in, and got a job. I just had a homegirl who just got hired at Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Basically, the company that owns HBO, right? And she working with HBO Max, okay, managing the content for HBO Max. Pretty much, you see the videos that you see, the movies and the things that you see on HBO Max. Guess what? That's her job now, right? Any other things like blogs or landing pages that they have to build, guess what? That's her job now. So when she shows up, she don't shows up with her original resume that said, "Hey, I was doing Uber," right? Which is nothing wrong with doing Uber, right? But it's a big difference. It's a big jump trying to get $150,000 job coming from Uber. You get what I'm saying? Like it kind of just even the transition. That's like somebody showing up and be like, yeah, I was doing Uber, but now I'm a doctor. Like there's steps that you got to go through, right? So again, this person goes in, learns content management, learns email development. Now she has the trifecta because she also knows Shopify. When she goes to this interviews, she can explain all the things that she's done on her portfolio or the projects that she has. Got a great personality. Boom, she gets the job. Now goes in the 6 months to a year at HBO. When she shows up to, let's say, I don't know, let's say she decides to go to Bloomberg, right? And now is going into finance, fintech, right? Going into finance and trying to get a front end developer job in that industry. Her last job was HBO. I don't know if you understand how this shit works, right? If I say, "Hey man, my name is Joe and I worked at the bakery at the store and I'm trying to get a $150,000 job, $200,000 job," that transition looks crazy. You've never done this shit. You never worked on any type of code. You've never worked in a team. You've never done maybe even an office job. And you expect those companies to take that risk? That's the shit that people got to understand. There's steps to this. There's steps to it. You can't expect to go from 0 to 100. You got to build yourself up. 0 to 30, 30 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. That's just how life works. If you want somebody to give you, a fucking magic wand and you be like, "Whoa, here you go, man. You're going to be a $200,000, $300,000 developer by tomorrow. Here's my little wand." And ta-da! Like, that's make-believe. Okay? Now, does it happen? Right? Once in a blue moon. But I always ask people this. When was the last time you found $100? When was the last time that out of nowhere, a great grandmother that you didn't even know passed away and left you some money? Right? If that shit is not happening, you're not one of the lucky ones. Right? And I'm not saying that it's not possible, because everything in this world is possible. But I'm not leaving my life into destiny's hand. I'm going to go in and make it happen. So that's why I tell you guys, when it comes to these jobs, you have to make sure to plan this out properly, man. Like, come in, get your first job, okay? Stop playing. You've been wanting to get a job. You've been wanting to get into the industry. Come to Coding Phase. No cap, I know you might say, "Damn, Joe, you always funneling me to Coding Phase." Guess what? Because that's what we do. That's my service. That's what I provide, right? Everyone else teaches you how to code. We focus on the skills that you need to get the jobs. That's a huge difference. Okay? Someone that's teaching you how to code is like, you go to Free Code Camp to teach you JavaScript, right? And they give you a good tutorial here. That's it. You go through it. That don't show you how to get the job. That don't show you how to do a portfolio. That don't show you what type of projects you got to be building. That don't show you how to actually apply to jobs. What are the jobs that you're qualified for? What are the extra skills that you need to get a specific job? Because it's not just click-clack all day. It's not just coding all day, okay? There's jobs that are based just on that. But if you have extra skills, that makes you a stronger candidate. I'll give you a great example. Let's say you're a front end developer, right? And right now you are learning React and you know a little bit of Next.js, right? Guess what? Everyone else and their mother knows that. That's the same shit that everyone teaches because it's easier to teach someone just one stack, one language, right? And guess what? That's what people are searching for. So when you go in and you give them that, then it makes your life easier as an instructor, as an influencer, as a someone who sells you a course. And guess what? There's no accountability to it. I go in and I create a React course, put it for $20. Here you go. I sell thousands and thousands and thousands of that copy. Okay? Everyone else is learning the same shit, but I have no responsibility with you. You pay $20. That's what you were searching for? Here, for $20, you get a React course. Okay? But wouldn't it be much better if you come in with actual real experience, someone that helps you build your portfolio, oversee your projects, right? Then from there helps you with the process of finding jobs, searches for jobs for you, and gives you a list and says, hey, while you're at work or while you're in school or you're busy with your kids, here's a list of jobs that you should be applying to. That's going to get you a higher chance of getting hired. And every week you do a meeting to make sure to see how you can improve on your portfolio and your performance on your interviews. That's the difference on what we do and what everyone else does. People sell a course. We could sell you a course. But what we focus on is getting results. To get results, it's not just let me teach you the ABCs. I got to teach you the whole process and hold your hand. That's what you're paying for. You're not paying for a course. You could go to YouTube. You could go to Free Code Camp. You could go on Udemy. Pay $20. You're getting your little course, your little ABCs, your little syntax, and then here you go. Good luck. Try to find a job. And then people wonder, like, man, the industry's saturated. No, it's not saturated. They just gave you the basic information and said, good luck, and give you a pat in the back and threw you out there. There's a huge difference when you have a mentor, when you have somebody that you actually know, like a friend who is a developer, and he tells you how he got in and he breaks it down for you, and every week he helps you out. That's a huge difference than someone coming in and be like, let me do a couple of tutorials. Here's a Netflix clone. Here's a SaaS with AI, with OpenAI API. That shit, you're learning like the basics of it. You're learning what programming is, but you're not really like preparing yourself to get the job. You know, that's a huge difference. Damn, guys, my fault. I just realized that I forgot my charger downstairs. Let me see one of my kids. I don't want to go up the stairs. Jason, do me a favor. Can you bring me up the charger for the laptop? Baby, you hear? Tell Jason to bring me the charger for the laptop. The one that has the black wire. No, the black wire is downstairs. No. I'll put these kids to work. Shout out to everybody in here, man. We about to get into this right now. Thank you, baby. That's my son. Yeah. Here you go. What you want to get in here real quick? That's my son right there, huh? Hi. And my little daughter. Yeah. All right, cool, guys. So let's get into this job situations right now. Put this in charge. Let's do this. Guys, be careful, don't fall down the stairs. So yeah, man. That's the thing. You got to start thinking about that. You know, what is it that you wanna do? You wanna get the results, or you wanna play around? By the way, links in the description. I got a 7-day free trial. That's only for this month that I'm doing that. Next month, you're not gonna see a 7-day free trial no more. Okay, so take advantage now. Just to try out the service. If you like it, you keep it. If you don't like it, cancel it. I don't care. I mean, I know what we could deliver. Now, if it's not up to you, like what you want to do, That's fine, right? I got no problem with that, to be honest with you. I got a lot of students that I'm taking care of right now. But again, I want to help people out, right? Those that need that help, those that want to get that service done for them, come to Coding Face. Stop playing games. Let me see. We about to jump into these jobs, man. Shout out to Amazon, man. It's funny that, years ago, when I told people about email development, first of all, people were like, nobody's talking about that. Is that even a real job? Is that this even And I'm like, sometimes I'll be scratching my head. I'm like, yo, there's people that they're so dumb. Like, they think they're so smart, but then they're so dumb at the same time. It's like, put two and two together. You receive emails all the time from major companies. And then to think in your head that no one does those emails, who creates those emails? Right? When I started talking about emails and email development 7 years ago, people were like, nah, you can't get a job over $100,000 doing emails. That's just HTML, CSS. Right? There's no way that you could just get your first job doing that, because guess what? I know JavaScript. I know Java. I know C Sharp. I know PHP. I know Scala. I know all this language, and I can't find a job. And I always think about that shit, because it's like, yo, all you have to do is use this. Companies need to notify people of new products, new updates, right? Transactional emails, right? Newsletters. There's a million things that companies do through emails to make sure they keep the customers, they get new customers, and notify customers of new products. That shit's not done by AI. That shit is done manually. Someone has to go in there, build the HTML email templates, then from there, test the emails, make sure that it works on every device and every type of email service that's out there, every email client. And then from there, set up the automations. Because if I sign up, let's say I go to Nike, right? And I go to Nike and I sign up through their cashier, and they always ask you, hey, do you have an account with us? They want to get your email, right? If I sign up through there, I need to be set into a different category than somebody who's signing up through the online store. You know what I'm saying? There's different emails that those people are supposed to receive. Same thing as somebody that goes in and sees an advertisement on Instagram and they click on the Instagram ad. They need to see different emails than the person who went and bought in the store, who went online and purchased on the website. This is somebody else with a different intent, coming from a different source. So they need to create emails that are according to where you're coming from, right? And all of that done is through automations. And when I came in and I was talking about this stuff, years ago, people looked at me like I'm crazy. They're like, why will somebody come in and pay $100,000? It's the value that you bring in. If a company goes in and does really good emails and has a good system set up, right? That's going to bring a 20 to 30% increase in sales. And even in retention rate, turning off the churn rate. The churn rate is like when people sign up to a subscription or sign up to a service and then they cancel. With emails, you could keep people engaged where they will stay there in your service. This is very important for any type of company. Doesn't matter if you got a store where you sell pets, toys, or you sell sneakers, or you have a software as a service. Emails are very important. So why wouldn't a company pay top dollar to have somebody that can really go and deliver? Because you bring value to it. So years ago, people was like, you guys could look it up. There's a video I talking about HTML emails and making 135,000 with emails, and people were like, "There's no way, this is fake. That's gotta be fake." And nowadays, we go into things like good old Amazon, right? Good old Amazon, part of Fang, right? And the stuff that people come in here and they put like 2, 3 badges and like, well, I work for this company. I work for Amazon. They're hiring for email developers. So every company, Google hiring for email developers. Now, you're not gonna get at Amazon or Google coming in and be like, "Whoa, this is gonna be my first job." No, it's a process. You're gonna have to go from a small company, a medium-sized company. Now you have a track record, 2, 3 years of experience, and now guess what? You could get a job at Amazon doing emails, right? Shout out to one of the students. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was like on the last accountability meeting. He's like, "Joe, I got so much time in my hands. I'm working as an email developer, and I basically, I only work for 3 to 4 hours. You know, shout out to Devin, right? Who from the jump. That's another student that I always tell you guys about. From the jump, got 2 jobs doing email development, making basically like $200,000. While there's guys here punching the air, coming home stressed, with half their brain is mush because of all the stress and all the bullshit that they're doing as a quote unquote full stack developer, right? There's a dude out there that's like, yo, I'm just doing some little emails, killing time, right? And coming back with a bag. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's a very easy job. I mean, there's responsibilities just like any other position, but it's not something that you're killing yourself on, right? Which allows you to go in and invest into yourself. Either, learning new things, preparing yourself for the bigger roles, right? Or, just getting that bag, just doubling up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Julius Harris. What type of entry level jobs are real to get your foot in the door since the list is qualified? Since the list of qualified are not realistic. Well, again, I just mentioned it. Email developer. Shit. Let me see if I show you right now. There's so many jobs, bro. The thing is that if I go in and I search highest paying jobs in tech, what are the jobs that you think is going to pop up, right? Let's search for this. Highest paying developer jobs. And this is what most people do. Okay? Okay? This is what most people do. And they don't understand that when you're looking for your first job, you're not looking for the highest paying job. You're looking for the first job that gives you that opportunity. You look for the highest paying job as you continue to transition in your career. So let me show you this. Hopefully this don't look too crazy. It's hard to do this with just one screen, but bear with me. Okay, guys? Let me make sure we start closing down Twitter, because Twitter is kind of crazy. We be following some accounts that's savage with it. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So this is what people be searching for, right? Chief technology, right? So what are the high-paying coding jobs, right? This is where everybody comes in when they start looking into this career. What are the highest-paying jobs? So again, CTO. This is something that no one should even be thinking about. This is like at the end of your career, to be honest with you, right? Chief Technology Officer. This is something that people shouldn't even be looking at. Okay, software engineering manager, right? To be a software engineering manager, you need to have experience. Machine learning engineer. Most of the people that do machine learning have a degree. When you go into a lot of these jobs, They're requiring a degree. Look, a master's in machine learning, artificial intelligence, similar discipline is highly beneficial and can enhance your career, right? You don't have a master's degree, you're learning at home. Guess what? This is a different ball game, right? So people come in and they search for this question of what's the highest paying jobs, okay? And a lot of the times, most of the jobs here, you need experience, okay? Go look into even mobile development. Mobile development is not as easy as people think, okay? Being a full stack developer, clearly you need experience. You see how many people are out here that can't find a job because they just never worked in this industry. How can I trust you to come in and work on, give me one second, video source, FaceTime, there you go. How can I trust you to go in and work on a full stack, which basically means work on everything on the application from, from the front end to the back end to the deployment to everything to the testing. Like, how can I trust you to do that when you've never done this before? It's very hard. Okay, so a lot of people come in and they look at all of this stuff, right? And they say, well, those are the things that I have to learn, right? But they're actually doing it wrong. You have to go into actually learning the entry level positions for this. So when you come in here and you have like Indeed, instead of searching for software engineer, right? Because yes, you could get a job as a software engineer. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's gonna be much, much difficult, right? So what you do is you say, I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to waste time, spend 6 months looking for a job. I want to get a job now, right? So I could build, instead of me having 6 months of looking for a job or a year looking for a job, I have 6 months working at a job, okay? So I come in here and I search web development, right? HTML. Anything mentioning HTML is part of web development, right? So now in here, let me see. Hold on. Start with HTML. Searching here, okay? And here we go. Automatically start seeing some jobs being posted, right? Junior level PHP developer, right? Digital marketing associate, right? A lot of times when you see this is jobs, that's part of email development, okay? So email templates, working with a CRM, okay? This is your entry point. Website manager, okay? Again, you're gonna find some jobs that are really, really like low compared to others. But again, it depends what type of company you work for. So it's up to you if you want to take them. Me personally, I would try to get any job that is from 65 to 85K. 85K. That's a decent job. That's a job that's a good entry point. Always remember this, right? People go to college and the average person is making $45,000 to $65,000 starting and going to college. You come in, for example, someone goes to codingphase.com, right? And you come into this website, you sign up, you got the different career paths, you do content editor, email developer, right? These two things, you could learn it in 2 months. One month, the other one, another month. And guess what? With 2 months of training, you can go in and get yourself 65 to 85K. Okay? Search average salary of a teacher. Okay? This is somebody that goes to school, right? That goes to school and spends 4 years. This is what they're getting paid. Okay? $44,000. You go to Coding Phase, you learn content management, email development, and you're already starting at 60, 65 and up with 2 months of training. You got to put that shit on a balance. You get what I'm saying? And think about this, right? So yes, this is not the type of jobs that you might see on TikTok where a guy is walking around eating granola, right? And he's like, hey, I'm in San Francisco. No, this is the jobs where you're going to start from. Most of those guys that are eating granola, they got a college degree from Stanford, right? They did what they needed to do in high school. You know, when they was in high school, they were doing AP classes, showing up to a bunch of extra meetings, doing internships, getting recommendation letters. They're supposed to be there. This is the shit that a lot of people don't understand, right? We could sugarcoat this thing, right? And say, well, how come they could get this job? How can they could do this? They did the right thing from young. You and me know we was chilling. We was going to hooky parties. Shit, some of us might not even graduated from freaking high school. We walking around with a GED, right? Now, that doesn't mean that we are X'd out of the opportunities. No, it just means that we got a different path. We could still go work at Google, go work at all these companies, eating granola, getting the free laundry, you know what I mean? Getting a little stock options, a little bonus. But guess what? The same way that kid had to bust his ass through high school, go through a good university, right? Getting internship at major companies, right? That's a journey of 8 years for some of these people that you see results in, and it looks like it's instant, and it's not. It's like 8 years of hard work. Now for you, you don't have to wait 8 years. You can make it happen in 2. But you're going to have to go in and go a different route. You go and get a job that allows you to do web development, use the skills that you have, puts money in your pocket. You get to learn the more complex skills. Now you get your second job, right? And once you go through your second job, right? Now you go in and prepare for yourself for going into the technical interviews, doing leak code, right? Design principles, right? Like going into all of that, where you can now go in and apply to Google, apply to Facebook, and when they give you that interview, you have experience and you could pass the interview. So what took somebody else 8 years to do, going through that process, you could probably do it in 2 to 3 years. No one can come in and make you into a, $500,000 developer. This is a process, guys. So we either go in and look at the situation that we have at hand and tackle it, or we live in this la la land where like, man, why can't I get the same shit that this guy's get? You're not a mommy and poppy kid. You barely fucking graduated high school. You barely got a degree. The degree that you decided to jump on, you didn't choose STEM. You didn't choose math and science because it was too hard. You chose liberal arts. You chose psychology. You chose teacher education, right? And being a teacher is nothing wrong with that. But let's be honest, it's not the same thing as a computer science degree. It's not the same thing as an engineering degree. Those degrees, right? Biology, you gotta be up all night fucking studying, getting ready for a test. You know you took a different route. It's an easier route, but guess what? This is the results that you got for taking that easier route. Now that we understand, oh shit, maybe I could go in and fix this. Let me adjust everything that I'm doing and take this route and make sure that, I have a good career from now on. Okay? Because we could sugarcoat this and I could give you a pat in the back and like, man, keep working hard, man. That shit does nothing for you. And that's the shit a lot of times people want somebody to tell them online, everything's gonna be okay. Right? That's what people want to hear. Bro, just keep going. Everything's gonna be okay. The truth is that if you don't make a change and you don't take a risk and you don't invest in yourself, there isn't nothing gonna change. It's gonna be the same shit. You're gonna be working the same bullshit job. You're not gonna be making as much as you want. It's shit that you gotta prepare for. I was watching yesterday here on YouTube. I wish I could pull it up, the video. There was a video where they were talking about I think it was like MSNBC or something like that, about Elon Musk or just overall people that is making like the ultra, we could say the ultra rich, okay? And they use Elon Musk as one of the examples. And they're like, man, this is crazy. This guy might be the first trillionaire. And people have a problem with that. Some people they don't understand that you can't have a problem with somebody being successful, right? I give you a great example. If I have a skill that I could solve one person's problem, just one person, guess what? I might get $20, $30, maybe $100 out of that, right? So if all I can do is something simple that I'm only solving one person's problem, I might make just $100, right? If I could go in and have a skill that solves 100 to 1,000 people, guess what? I might make $100,000 in 1 year just from having that skill that's solving the problem for 100 to 1,000 people, right? Now, if I have a skill or I created and I don't know, I created value that solves the problem for millions and millions and millions and millions of people, right? How do you expect me to earn the same shit as you? That don't make no sense, right? If I'm able to solve a problem for millions of people, right, and they use my service, and because I solved this problem, I get a piece of every single person because I'm solving their fucking problem. They're paying me for my service. I'm not stealing their money. I'm not taking half their income. I'm not doing anything. I'm solving a problem for you. So if I become a billionaire or I become a trillionaire, it's because there's something that I did that was right. And you would think like in the comment section that these people killed somebody, these people did some crazy shit. No, all they did was solve people's problems. Right? Right now, let's say you are an accountant. I'm keep it very simple. You an accountant, right? Guess what? You're an accountant for a couple of little clients locally. Guess what? You make $200,000, $300,000. Now, if you're an accountant that's using this and understands the problems that other accountants are having, right? And you create a software for accountants to solve their problems. How many accountants are here in the United States? Let's say there's 200, 300. Let's say it's 1 million. You just solved the problem for 1 million people. And those 1 million people come in and they're paying you $50 a month. Guess what? You deserve to make $50 million because you solved the problem to fucking 1 million people. Now, if you create a software that goes in and solves the problem for accountants, and then from there solves the problem for people that are not accounting, and you make it easy for them to solve their taxes, pay their taxes, whatever, right? Guess what? There's 300 and something million people in the United States. Probably 200 and something adults, right? Now you created a software that solves the problem for 200 fucking million people. How can you be mad at that individual for creating value, creating a service, and solving the problem for 200 million people? If he becomes a billionaire or becomes a trillionaire, that's because of the work that he put in. Right? It's not his fault that he's actually bringing value to millions of people. So because you decided I'm going to be fucking around in high school. Hey, I want to be fucking around in my early 20s. I want to get knocked up. I'm not even going to go to college. I'm not even thinking outside of this world, outside of my little bubble of my block. You deserve to be where you fucking at. You can't be worried about what the billionaires and the fucking millionaires is doing. You shouldn't be like, well, they're earning too much. Motherfucker, get a fucking job. You build something, right? There's people that's out here that is mad at other people's success when they don't do shit themselves. No one's required to come in because if I make $1 billion or $1 million, I don't have to give you half my shit. I earned it. If you make $100, I don't expect you to give me $50. And that's the society that we live in right now. People don't understand that there's consequences to the actions that you have. And you can make a change because it's never too late. It's never too late to learn a new skill. It's never too learn to take risks. It's never too late to go back to college. It's never too late to do any of these things. But people want their lives to look different than what they have without doing anything. You get what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to me when I see stuff like that. I'm like, man, I don't understand how people survive. Like, bro, when I got into this thing of coding and programming, I got into it because I was seeing my life, right? And I'm like, man, I'm 24 years old. I went to a bullshit community college. Now I'm in a bullshit city college, right? They're not even preparing me properly. They're not even teaching me everything that I need, right? But I know there's other people that do really well out there. You know what I used to do? I said the story before. I used to drive around neighborhoods where well-off people lived at, right? Not even like multi-millionaire, just regular homes. Shit like what I live now, you know, suburban homes. I'm coming from someone living in an apartment, right? I slept on the couch till I was 18. I didn't get a room till I was like 19, 20 years old. I was sleeping on the couch. First generation immigrant, right? All my other friends, all the people that I know that are living in the projects or living the same way as me. But guess what? We see the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? We see the Family Matters, right? We see that there's other people that live fucking way better than you, right? We see the Seventh Heaven. You know what I'm saying? We see them shows. It's like, man, this motherfuckers that they go to a high school and they got a football team. Where I'm from, that shit's not even fucking possible. You lucky you got a basketball team. And you lucky that you got a basketball team. And guess what? If you want to get some jerseys, you got to get on the train and sell chocolate so you can fucking put together the money to get a jersey for your team. But there's opportunities out there. So what do? I go in and I say, I'm going to learn a new skill. I'm going to learn new things that can help me go from here just to here. I'm not dreaming big. I'm not trying to dream like I want to be the next Mark. No, I just want to get a little bit better. And every time that I go a little bit better, I think about how I'll go a little bit more better the next time. And every year I keep going up. It's a process. A lot of people don't understand that. They want shit to be given to them without doing shit. You're making the same mistake. It's like I'll give you an example. There's a chick that keeps getting knocked up every year. She got 5 kids, 5 different baby dads. Ma, after the second kid, and you see that all these guys are using you and they're not taking care of your kids or not even marrying you, why are you still opening your legs? At this point, you got to work on yourself because you're not attracting the right guys and you're not choosing the right ones. You know what I'm saying? So it's like little shit like that. You make bad decisions and expect a different result. No. And you can't expect other people that's doing good, right? And the way how they're doing things, and you're getting this, you want the same results as them, you're not gonna get the same results because you're not doing what they're doing. That's it. Shout out to everybody that's in here. You know, we're about to get into this stuff. Sorry, we get into all these topics. This shit is like a podcast, bro. Sometimes we come in here, one question leads to another, right? Rab Tech says that's a fact. Let me see. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Billy Rodriguez. Shout out to Billy Rodriguez. Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Rainier Luna. future Hall of Famer. D. Charles. Charles, yo, we need to put you in that Hall of Fame, bro. I don't know if you sent me the the paragraph, bro, so we could add you to that Hall of Fame. Shout out to Charles, man. Dude came in, grinded it out, right? I remember. Hopefully, you don't mind me sharing a little bit, your story, Charles. Charles was like, "Yo, man, I'm a little bit older. I'm kind of, in a sense, kind of retired type shit. I don't know if I could do it, Joe. Da da da." Dude comes in, boom, puts in the work, starts getting his job, doing a whole career, a whole different career that he wasn't expecting. He wasn't expecting at this time of his life. He's like, yo, I'm gonna be working, doing development. You know what I'm saying? But that's the shit. It's never too late. That's why I tell people it's never too late to go in and make a difference and fucking take a different route. Because we all love to chill. We all go this way and this way, right? But when the shit is not going good this way, there's a point we got to go in and say, let me go this way. Let me make the change. Because if I keep going this way, to the left, I'm not going nowhere. But shout out to Charles, man. We gotta add your story in the Hall of Fame, Charles. Let me see. Day 234 requesting him not delete the live streams. Yeah, I gotta stay PC'd up, bro. The thing is that sometimes I'll say some stuff in the live stream that's only meant for you guys to know, because there's people that come in and and just be clipping every fucking little thing and don't know the context of it. So when I watch all my live streams, even after I do the live stream, I might do 2 hours with you guys, an hour and a half, whatever. From there, as I'm working, I'm listening to my own live stream or going over it, just reviewing it. And I'm like, all right, I said some shit here that we can't have this. Because 5 years from now, what I say here, it's no longer going to be valid, or it's going to be like, you could get canceled for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked too hard to get canceled, right? But, yeah, because what we say right now is cool now, but then, 5 years from now, we don't know. We see that Dawson's Creek. Yeah. Shout out to everybody in here. Cool. So let's go in. Let me start it up. I know we've been here for an hour. People's like, what's the jobs? Somebody right now punching the air. Where's the jobs? What's going on? All right, cool. So let's go in here, man. It's just a little bit difficult doing it with one screen. Okay. So again, we got content management, content marketing specialist, right? PHP developer, manager, web publishing systems. Okay. This is again content manager, right? A lot of times people see this stuff, web publishing systems, like, and they'll be scared to apply to those roles because the roles just doesn't seem like it's development. But if you go through the actual job description and what you do is development, guys. Okay, e-commerce specialist. Let's see what else. Marketing manager. Again, boom, boom, HTML, Google Tools. All right, let's go to the next one. AEM developer. Shout out to Dorian Develops. He got experience with that. Let's see what else. Web designer, web developer on site, Iowa. Okay. Proficient in Ruby on Rails, proficient in JavaScript, Java. It's not bad. Let's see what else we got in here. And again, somebody might say, Joe, why don't you look at this other roles that's in here, right? Senior software engineer, right? Things like that. It's very simple, guys. My channel is to help the new beginners get into the game. It's not for the senior level developers, right? Once you're a senior, you pretty much know your way through this industry. The people that need help are the beginners, okay? So again, we're not here to create content that gets views. We're here to create content that solves people's problems and help them get into the industry, right? I believe that codingphase.com is really for the person who's starting from zero, and it's in that transition between 0 years of experience to 2 to 3 years of experience. Even though there's people that's in here that already have multiple years in the industry and they still come in here and enjoy the live streams, but people know that we're here to help the beginners, those people that's in that junior stage, okay? That's why I'm looking for new developer jobs that are entry level positions. Okay, developer, workforce, project manager, no. HubSpot automation specialist, okay. This is one of them. Okay, develop and execute automation workflows, email campaigns, lead nurturing strategies, HubSpot, okay. Role progression, oh, this is nice. So role progression says 4 months, comfort, familiarity with HubSpot, okay, ability to execute lists of automations, build schedule, deploy emails, landing pages, other related marketing activities, okay. 8 months, ability to provide strategy and advanced segmentation that support expanding range of workflows. 12 months, ability to provide training and support for the rest of the marketing automation team for advanced marketing activities, support the CRM lead with advanced expertise and deep platform domain knowledge. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's good that they give you like a rundown of like what they're expecting out of you in that first year. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let me see. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Put the lives on the membership side. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. You spend too much time with you guys are crazy. Um, Hello, I'm based in the UK. Anytime I search for, okay, this is a good question. Hello, Joe. I'm based in the UK. Anytime I search for HTML email developer jobs, no more than 10 pop up. Am I searching wrongly? Kindly advise. Um, yes. So try to search for, of course, most of the jobs are here in the United States. Okay, that's one thing that you gotta know. Most of the jobs are here in the United States. There's no way around it. I don't want to sugarcoat it, but there's definitely other titles that they use in other countries. So what you want to do is you want to search through the same thing how I'm searching right now. Search HTML, okay, and read through the job descriptions because they might say marketing specialist, they might say automation specialist, right? Like right now, that job that we saw from HubSpot, that's an automation job, right? Because some places they consider it automation, right? So they might not even put the title of developer or HTML emails or email. They just might call it automation. So you want to search through two keywords, email and also to HTML, right? So HTML is going to give you all the jobs, right? Doesn't matter what platform it is. And then you can search email. Not search email developer, just search email, okay? So then from there, you will find jobs like this. You see, email specialist, okay? This might not even show up when we search HTML, but guess what? Using CRM tools such as HubSpot, Pardot, right? HTML, CSS for email templates, right? So again, this right here will help you out find those jobs that are hidden, right? It's not that they're hidden, they're there, but you got to go in and search for it. Again, look at this. Buddy's Air Conditioning Heating hiring multiple candidates. Okay, $25 to $28 an hour. It's nothing out of this world, but it's a start for those of you guys that want to go in and get started. 28 times 40 times 52, 58,000. It's not bad. You're doing better than somebody who graduated from college right now. Okay, don't let the internet fool you. People act like everybody's making $100,000. It's cap. Okay, everybody is living above their means of what they could actually pay. Right. It doesn't matter who it is. Right. There's people that live like they got $1 million a month, but the truth is that they're they be bullshitting. Don't let the internet fool you, man. Okay. So yeah, going in and getting like a $60,000 job to start with, get you to get your feet wet and start this industry. Go for it. You're not here to impress anybody. You're here to set yourself up for success. Okay. So again, you got things like here: digital marketing specialist, senior associate content strategist, right? Work from home, Capital One. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, as a work from home senior associate content strategist, you partner with stakeholders, just continue, contribute to a review, collaborate with the business tech partners, communicate, learner, team player, work from home technology requirements, secure home office environment, free background noise and distractions. Okay. Again, this is a role for 100% work from home. We are unable to consider applicants who do not meet the required Capital One work from home compatibility, internet access, or who live in the states of California, Hawaii, or U.S. territories. Okay, so it can be in California, Hawaii, or U.S. Again, look at this. High school diploma, GED or equivalent, right? At least 2 years of experience, content strategy, right? UX writing. Again, you got to go in and you got to look at this type of jobs and see what they're actually asking for. But there's always opportunities here. There's jobs that people don't even know exist. But you just got to go in and search for it, right? Lead analyst, email marketing, Harley Davidson, right? Maybe you're a guy that's into bikes, rides a bike, right, etc. Guess what? This could be a good company that you work for. You're working for Harley Davidson. You're doing something that you enjoy, you love. Okay, there's a lot of opportunities in here, right? Marketing Cloud, Adobe Analytics, And by the way, I was even thinking about this the other day, right? Hear me out. I was talking to some of the students on coding phase, right? I was talking to them in the accountability meeting, and I was thinking about doing this, right? Maybe around December, around January, I might go out there to the market and start applying for jobs myself and getting a job to create sort of like a reality show in a sense. I mean, the employers don't they don't need to know that. Only us, we gonna know that, right? Cause I was like thinking about it, bro. Like I have students that recently got hired at companies, and they're doing like three hours of work, 3-4 hours of work, and I was like thinking in my head, like, yo, I got 3 to 4 hours, right, that I could spend into a company. And I kind of miss, to be honest with you, I don't know what it is. This year I've been thinking about it. I'm like, man, like I want to join a team right? Because I kind of miss the interactions between the designers, the working for a major brand. Like, hey, Black Friday's coming up. There's a big sale. Da da da. All the stuff that you would do in a company, in a team. And I was like thinking about it. I was like, yo, you know what? I think I have time from January to June, right? Where I'll go through the process, right? Maybe I'll start like December, create a portfolio, create everything, right? Put my resume up, and then start applying to some of these jobs that's out here, right? Get a job, document the whole thing, keep it in house, right? Keep it in house at Coding Face. I'm not putting it on YouTube. I'm not putting it out there. Even we're talking about it right now, but I'm not gonna put it here publicly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and document the whole process, right? Of building the portfolio, what type of projects I built. Um, Most likely, I'll probably use some of the companies I already work for, show some of the work that I've done there, show some of the work that I've done at Coding Phase. I mean, we've been doing this shit since 2011. First job 2012. So it's not gonna be difficult for me to get a job. But I have two options. I could go in and do it like a senior developer, or I could go in and create like a whole different portfolio where it shows like maybe I got like 6 months of experience or something like that, right? Um, and then I just document the whole shit and put it inside a Coding Phase where nobody else sees it. Nobody knows that I took this job, just for 6 months. And then 6 months later, I'll be like, hey, I appreciate the opportunity, da da da, and I'll keep it moving. I don't know. I might be doing that because I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I'm like, that's one thing that's missing, like the reality process of going through this whole thing, right? Because we already have everything in Coding Phase of showing you, how to code, what type of skills you got to learn, right? What type of portfolio you need, all of this stuff. But we don't have like the actual process of somebody going in and say, okay, this is what I did, 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 and like record it and then put it into not a course, but more like a section, like I said, like a reality show of like showing people how this shit is done. And then I get a job for 6 months, and then from there keep it moving. Can't you know what I mean? I feel bad because then at the same time it's like there's people that they're struggling to find a job, and someone like myself, I could easily get one, but that's because of all the experience and knowledge that I have already over these years. So I'm a little bit I'm in a conflict of like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Because I just don't want it to seem like, oh, look at this guy. He got a job and then he just quit 6 months later just because he could do it. Like, you know what I mean? But I was thinking about doing that. I might do it because I'm really interested in doing that shit. Because there's a lot of cool companies out here that's hiring, and people don't get it that it's not as hard as they think to get a job. And I want to prove that to people because I do it all the time with my students, but my students don't document every single little thing, right? Like they don't go in and like record, hey, today guys, I'm applying to my first job. Hey, today I'm going to my first interview. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not documenting that shit. So there's not really like a good example. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it myself. I was telling my wife to do it, but my wife don't want to be in the public. Cause, by the way, my wife is about to start a new job as a content editor, email developer. We already packing up her portfolio. I'll let you guys know. I'm pretty sure she's gonna get hired from now to December. Finally, she went through all the courses, all the shit that she needs to do. Now I'm helping her building her portfolio, and again, this is why I'm like now I'm interested in this because I'm like, damn, this shit is exciting, right? Boom, about to get my wife into the job, and then I'm like, yo, you know what? Maybe I should fucking do it, right? Maybe I should do it just for the hell of it. I got 3 to 4 hours out of my day that I could give to a company. Do that shit for 6 months and put another fucking badge on my resume. Why not? And I get to create content, you know? Steve Wilson says, "Hello, Joe. Thank you for helping this old man. Hey, as much as I can. If I can help you guys out, as much as I can, I'm gonna do it." And what happened to my chat? Let me see. Output video, Windows, and chat. Let me see. Interview chat? No. Let me see. Where is it? Comments and reaction. Okay, here we go. UK has stricter laws, regulation for collecting data, so that's why email development isn't as big as over there. GDPR, right? Yeah, but companies still go in and send out emails. It doesn't matter what part of the world it is. It's just that they use different things, different titles for that. Okay. Julius Harry says 100K in New York is different than 100K in Georgia. You have to think about the cost of living. Yeah, definitely. But that's the thing too. No one is forcing people to stay in New York. That's the shit. Like it don't make no sense. In a world where people can work remotely, living in New York City makes zero sense. There's no reason to live in New York. But people want to live there, right? That's like people that live in San Francisco and they're like, whoa, I live in San Francisco and I want to live downtown, or I want to live in this and that, in this high end condo. And it's like, yeah. So now you need to get a job that pays you $200,000 because basically your rent is like almost $100,000 a year. So yeah, that's on you, right? That's on you. Why would you go in and put yourself through that? You know, Nowadays what you want to focus on is like living good, having a good quality of life, living in an area where you have activities and things like that that you can do, right? Because you don't want to live in the boondocks and you got to drive 2 miles to go see a Walmart, right? And the Walmart is like the mall for you. Yeah, you don't want to live like that, but you have to go in and actually look at other opportunities. Even other cities. You go, Mexico City is popping right now. You have places in Europe that's popping right now that you could live there, live like a king. But people want to live in certain cities in the States where it's super expensive. That's like a guy that says, well, I want to live in Dubai. Well, you need Dubai money because them Dubai motherfuckers, they Dubai. and you gotta keep the Dubai to Dubai. You know what I mean? That's on you if you want to live like that. That's why I don't live in New York. You know, it's like right now, even here, I'm in in this Airbnb, and this is nice and all, but it's not my house though. Like, this is a very cute, nice little Airbnb, but this ain't my crib though, right? Like my crib big, my joint big. Why shouldn't you come in looking at the floors? You look at the ceiling. All right, you doing good. In New York City, you could be doing good and still look like a bum. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not enough. Because to look like you're doing good, or to feel like you're doing good, you're gonna need 300 and up. You get what I'm saying? And it sounds crazy to somebody that's maybe earning $50,000 somewhere else, but it's the truth. I've seen people that's making 150, $200,000, and they living in a fucking hole in the wall. And even like years ago there was this article of this couple. One was a lawyer, one was, I think, a a lawyer, and another one was like a finance, something in finance, right? And I think they both brought in maybe like 300 each, so that's like $600,000, and they lived in New York City, and they lived paycheck to paycheck. And people will say, "How can that be possible? You're making $600,000. How can you live paycheck to paycheck?" Well, If you want your kids to go to a good school, it's gonna cost you. If you want to go in and have a good job, guess what? You can't take care of your kids 24/7, right? So you got to pay for a daycare or you got to pay for a nanny. That's like paying somebody a full-time check. You got somebody on a full-time pay, like an employee. You got to pay somebody $60,000, $70,000 to take care of your kid, right? Then from there, you want to go in and have little activities. You want to be in a gym. The gym is $1,000 a month, right? And that's to not be bumping into the regular folks. Because at the end of the day, if you got money, it's like me. If I got bread, bro, like, and I lived in New York City, I don't want to be bumping into the fucking regular folks, to be honest with you. Like, I don't want to be bumping into the crackhead. I don't want to be bumping into the fucking dude that talking to himself on the fucking train. I don't want to deal with those fucking people. I really don't. So if I'm gonna be in New York City and I'm forced to live in New York City, I need to live in a bubble where I'm not associated with none of the shit that's happening outside. This is why when you see you see a lot of these developers that live in New York City, they don't even go outside. A lot of these fucking guys, they have no idea what being outside is. They go from their condo where you see them with a laptop, everything is white and fucking and a green plant in the background, right? Everything white and a green plant in the background, and they got a whole view of New York City. Those motherfuckers, they go from their condo to the elevator, from the elevator to the lobby, from the lobby into an Uber, from the Uber to their job. They don't even take the train. A lot of these motherfuckers, they don't even take the train. They don't even know what being in New York City is. They don't interact with New York City or New Yorkers. All right? And in a way, I don't blame them, right? Because shit does get real out there. It does get crazy. But guess what? To live that type of lifestyle where you live in a bubble, you're gonna have to pay bubble prices, right? And that's like, that family, they both earn 300 each, and they're both professionals. But if they want to live, like try to live like a suburban lifestyle within New York City, and to be blocked off of all the craziness that happens in New York, you're gonna have to pay a premium for that. You get what I'm saying? You don't want your kid going to a public school where there's a bunch of, project babies throwing shit around, fucking knocking motherfuckers out. Your son is trying to do good in school and do the best that he can, and you want him to go to a good university. You can't put him in a public school. You got to put him in a private school. And you got to go and put him in a prep, right? Where there's little prep motherfuckers that go in with the little jackets. Like, that shit is real in New York. You might have a driver that comes pick him up, carpool with another parent. All that shit costs money. You might have a good job that is so demanding that you don't have time to cook. So now you got to order food. Shit, you might even have to have somebody come in and cook you meals. All that shit costs money. Now, if you lived outside of New York City, you could probably do all of that and get everything that you want for you and your family with like $60,000, $70,000. In New York City, you're gonna have to need $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 to live a certain lifestyle. So yeah, at that point, you gotta decide: do you want to stay there or not? For me, I don't want to stay in New York. I had to go in and get out of there. I had to go in and think about what I want for my future. I want to have a nice home. I want to have a pool in the back. I want to go in and plant some fruit trees. I want to be able to have money that I could travel. I don't want to be struggling. I don't want to be, going through all the bullshit. Like, I could go outside and I don't have a worry that somebody could rob me, or I don't have a worry that I don't know what my neighbors is doing. Like, everybody that's in my neighborhood, hardworking individuals. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So you got to go and start thinking about getting the hell out of New York City, because if it doesn't make sense, all right? You stay in New York if you're making more money in New York City where you could maintain a certain lifestyle. But if you just like you living a regular lifestyle and you're like, man, I'm gonna stay in New York because I want to be in New York. I grew up here. That's stupid. Get out of there. You or your family went to New York because of necessity. There was opportunities and jobs in New York City, right? More than even in the suburbs or somewhere else in other cities. But the moment you have skills that you can work from anywhere, get the hell out of the city. There's no reason to be there. Especially when we're adults, we're grown. That shit is cute when you're like 21, 22 years old and you're like, yeah, I'm in the condo and this and that. You're 38 years old, 40 something years old, talking about you living in a condo. You look crazy. Paying, nothing but rent and you don't own nothing, you know? Yeah, definitely. Do 6 months experience way since your target audience is for beginners. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's done that before on the net. Yeah, I don't think nobody has done that. So that's why I was like, you know what? I might do it. Also, too, there's a lot of cool, interesting companies that's hiring. Like, no cap, bro. Like, I was seeing the other day, like WWE hiring. And I'm a big wrestling fan. I don't even like the new WWE, but that would be like a cool badge. When people come in and be like, well, I work at Google, that's badges for other developers. That's like shit that they flex on each other because they know it's a little difficulty to get into those type of jobs and bullshit like that. So it's like a flex to throw on other developers. I'm not trying to flex on nobody. I hit an age now. I'm 36. I'm about to be 37. I just want to do fun shit and check off certain checklists that I have on my bucket list. You know, shit. WWE, go work at WWE. Joe Hollywood. Hey guys, it's your boy Joe Hollywood out here working from on my lunch break, guys. Yeah, what we working on? Yeah, we working on a new landing page for John Cena and working on this new app that I'm just having fun. Now I'm going to work for fun, you know? So I was like, damn, you know what? I might just do that shit. Why not? That's an extra bag, an extra badge. You know what I mean? Like, and now I'm just having fun with it. This is the thing that I love about being a developer. That initially, when you get in, or when you're trying to get in, you looking for job opportunities, and you're looking for anything that's there, right? Any job, any industry, any fucking place, right? But then you reach a point, if you do it right, where you've learned enough skills and you have enough things on your resume where pretty much you could decide what industry, what type of job you want to work at. You know what I mean? Like you could go in and say, "Well, I'm into motorcycles. Harley Davidson is hiring. Hey man, I'm into video games. Rockstar is hiring. Hey, I'm into sports. ESPN is hiring, right? Hey, I'm into the news. Fox News is hiring. CNN is hiring. All these companies is hiring. Guess what? And now you're working on something that you're passionate about. And it's not the necessity of like, oh man, I gotta make money to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever done that shit? How many of you guys put the number one in here, right? Put the number one on the chat if you ever taken a job out of necessity. You knew you don't want to take that fucking job, but you applied to it, right? You applied to it because you needed a job. You needed to make some money. How many of you guys put number one if you ever taken a job out of necessity, and put number two if you always chose what type of job you wanted to go into, right? I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna put the number one, right? I've had so many jobs in the beginning of my life of like shit that I've taken that I'm like, man, I don't want to work here, but I need to get some money, right? Like, I need to get an opportunity. I need to put some money in my pocket, right? I've done that shit so many times, right? And even when I became a developer in the beginning, it was just out of necessity, right? You know, I didn't want to do product editor. I wanted to do work on the front end, right? And I wanted to work at Twitter. But guess what? I need to get some money. And so now I got to go and be a product editor. And thank God I did that. But at the time, I didn't have an option, right? I didn't have a like another month left of like me without no money coming in. I needed to get money as soon as possible, right? Um, and that shit happens. But that's why it's so important to have savings. So important to also go in and prepare yourself to know as much as you can about a certain career. Like, let's say web development. Don't just be a React developer. Don't just be an Angular developer. Learn web development. So you could literally choose. Like right now, that's the thing that I'm so happy with how my career has played out. I literally can go in and apply to every fucking job that I want to. I know email development. I know content management. I know front end development. I know shit. This is what I went to fucking college for. I know how to fucking design. I know how to fucking do back end development. I could do database administration. I could work with WordPress. I could work with Shopify. I know e-commerce like the back of my hand. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a one-trick pony. I literally could go in and choose any job that has to do with websites. That opens up the doors for you, man. You know? So you could have the options to work wherever the hell you want to work at. You know? Paris Johnson says, reminds me when I had to be a nurse assistant. Yeah. There's jobs out there that you'd be like, yo, I can't believe I did this, bro. Shit, when I used to work at this company, this kosher food place, it's like they they call it meal mart. Meal mart in Maspeth, New York City. Let me see if I can find it. See if I find this shit. Working in a factory, bro. I was like, yo, I can't believe I'm working here. Like, I was like, I can't believe I'm freaking working in this shithole. But I need to make some money, right? I'll show you right now. Grand Avenue, Flushing Avenue, Maurice Avenue. Where is it? Metropolitan. Okay, 54th Street. Okay, let me see. Rust. Yep. Here we go. See if I share this with you guys. This is oh my god, Meal Mart. There's times you work at places you be like, what the actual hell? How did I even get this job? Let me see if it's still here. Yep, Meal Mart's still there. All right, let me show you guys this. This is crazy. Yeah, so right here, man. So this is the place. I think they changed it a little bit. Yeah, Meal Mart. Here we go. Go to Meal Mart. Fucking factory, bro. Yep. I used to walk all of this, right? I used to come down from this block. I used to come down, come through here, get me Give me. I can't believe they still got this shit. Get me right here from the Mexican dudes. Get me a bacon, egg, and cheese early in the morning. Come over here. Right? Yep. Look at all these workers. Nothing but Spanish and black dudes. No white people work here. Yeah, no white fucking people work there. The only white people that work there, the Jewish dudes who own the shit. So I will go in here into this factory, right? Meal Mart. Right? And I will go over here, boom. This building. Every day, all of this right here is a freezer. Everything you see here is a freezer. And you will see nothing but like nasty ass kosher meat. Fucking, it stink. You gotta put on a suit. You gotta put a suit because it's a freezer. So you're in there cold as hell. And yeah, I used to work there. Come in, get the pallets. Be like, yo, go get the pallets. What pallets I gotta do? Boom, boom, boom. What orders? Soon I gotta do G11, Z22, B44. Go in, get the pallets. Blah blah blah. Put in the truck. Getting like, I don't know, maybe like $7.25 minimum wage. Right? Minimum wage, bro. And they have a probation. They have a 2 months probation. This movement. People like this should, I don't know. There's companies that do shit like this. They should get fucking destroyed. They put you through mad work, probation for a bullshit job. So you're getting 7 something an hour. No, at the time it was like 9 something. $9 an hour to make $11 after 2 months because they got to put you through a probation. Like, now thinking about it, I'm like, yo, who the fuck is you to be putting me through a probation for 2 months in a fucking freezing cold all summer long, working in a fucking freezer, coming home, catching a cold. Everybody's like, yo, why you got the flu? I'm in a freezer. Fucking dealing with kosher food. Shit stinks. Come home, you don't even want to take the bus because when you hop on the bus, you smell like shit. Like my house wasn't nowhere near that fucking place. And I would walk 45 minutes from there to my house because I was embarrassed to hop on a bus. Every time I would go in a bus, motherfuckers is going like this. At that point, I'm like, yo, I stink. I'm not even going to do that to them. In the summertime, and you stinking up the bus, and motherfuckers is looking at you like, yo, where this dude came from? Habibi's armpit? Like, you know what I mean? Like this shit stink, bro. Like, nah. I said, I'm not doing this. I'm going to just walk. But yeah, sometimes you got to take some jobs, some bullshit jobs, out of necessity. That's why you got to be grateful with what you have now and understand. Will Melvin says, damn, $9 an hour. And he says, don't you have doormen making $20 an hour out there or even more? But the thing is, those are jobs, those are hookup jobs, bro. Those type of jobs where you have a doorman, like I had one of my friends, shout out to White. He was Puerto Rican and white. And we call him White. Right? Shout out to him. He used to do that shit. But guess what? How he got that job? His father was a doorman. Right? He used to work in one of those big buildings where, you know, all the rich people in New York City live at. Right? And his job was like to throw out garbage, pick up shit. You know, it's crazy that all the shit that now thinking about it, you just brought me back. Shout out to my boy White. And we used to be like, yo, White got a good job, man. White used to make like $50,000 a year. But he was like our age, like young, with no degree, no nothing. He's like 18, 19 years old. He's like, yo, White got a car. And I remember when White pulled up the black Impala, like 2003, 2004, brand new Impala. And we're like, yo, White got the V, da da da. And we used to be hyped in that bullshit ass car, right? But, you know, those type of jobs are hookups. In New York City, there's a bunch of good jobs, but they're all hookups. Meaning, I somehow got it, and now I don't even hire the next person. I go in, I give that shit to my son. Or I could work in construction. You know, those guys, those white dudes that live in Long Island, or a lot of the white dudes that own man shit in like Queens and stuff like that, they got construction jobs. They work in like Yankee Stadium doing construction. They work on the roads. They work on fixing the fucking the bridges. But those are jobs that the average folks can't get because it's like a mafia. It's like they put their own people in. You know what I mean? They put their own people in. You know, it's hard for a black and Latino to get into any of these jobs. You know, this is the type of shit that people will be like, "Well, it's all on merit." It's like not really. Sometimes these motherfuckers that just pass that shit down, and you might get a job because the guy's kid, is now a fucking meth head, or he's a crackhead, or he's a cokehead. So he don't want to do the job. So then now you have that little opening of that little job that's good, and you as a Latino or black, now you got an opportunity to get that job. But there's jobs that's like, it's straight up how Billy just said, gatekeeping. Like, yo, they don't let motherfuckers get into that shit. You know? Yeah, Brandon. Just the worst part is the the mindset of somebody working those jobs. I've been here 15 years. Yo, yo, it sucks because it's because they don't know no better. They don't have opportunities. This is why when I talk to you guys, I come in here. I talk to a lot of you guys. Is to show you what's possible, right? It's like somebody come in like I had a comment somebody said the other day in one of my videos, and he said something. He's like, ah, like you made millions, because I said in the live stream, I said, yo, in this career, I've made millions, and it's facts, right? I've made millions, right? Not millions of pesos, not millions of fucking yen, millions of dollars. It's a, you know, 7 year time span of me working for companies, right? 7 year time span of me working my own company. We're talking about like 13, 14 years, right? Now, for someone that comes in and they watch me here, because sometimes it's all about how you present yourself. I don't want, look at me, I'm in the fucking floor. I'm in the floor, right? I'm on the laptop. I don't want to present myself like, yo, I got mad bread. Yo, I want to do this. Because the person that's like me can't relate to that shit. They be like, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? But then there's some individuals that they like, well, you don't got a Lamborghini, you don't got a Rolls Royce, you don't. I don't need none of that shit. I have a family that they're good. My wife is at home, taking care of kids. I'm having a good lifestyle. Trust me, right? But this dude on the live stream, he's like, millions. I'm like, motherfucker, just do the math. Just do the math, right? If I go in and I continue doing, let's say, IT work, which was what I was doing, I would have probably made around, in 10 year time span, I would have probably made around maybe 500,000, 600,000 in a 10 year time span, right? 500 to like 700,000 in a 10 year time span. I made like $2, $3 million, and that's not even counting the other years that, that we've been doing this shit, even here with Coding Phase. Just 2022 was a $2 million year for me. You know what I'm saying? Then you go into things like, what we do here now. Like, I even cut down because I was getting too overworked. I'm like, I didn't get into doing Coding Phase to get overworked. So I even cut down on a lot of shit. I don't even promote the gold membership. The gold membership, I'm mad people sign up to that shit. I don't even promote that. I just want to go in and help people, the right people that come in, and appreciate the time that we give them. That's it. I might make less money, but I'm living a better lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm living a better lifestyle. I have less responsibilities, and I just focus on those students that want it. But when I say that, it's like, trust me, it's not me capping. I don't need to fucking cap. You know what I mean? I'm saying so you could get motivated and understand, like, you could do the same thing. You have a 10-year run, you'll have your house. You'll have a good place for your kids. You have investment. Right now, I could mind my own business and just fucking let my investments rock. I have a retirement without even fucking doing shit. But how do you do that? You got to go into the right career, invest into yourself, right? Again, anybody that's watching this, links in the description. Go to codingphase.com. Links right there. You can start with 7 days free, and then from there, figure out if you want to continue doing this or not. Okay? And you can show up to one of the meetings, and I'll help you out live, right? Every single Monday. But yeah, it's like all you need is a good 5 to 10 year run, and you good, you set. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to flex on anybody. I'm not trying to, I'm a baller. I could do all that shit. But for what? That doesn't put no money in your pocket. Me putting in and showing to you guys, look what I got. Look at this big ass chain I got. Look at this. That shit doesn't do anything for you. What I can show you is the lifestyle that I do have. Got my wife, got my kids, everybody good, right? Taking care of my family, family in New York. This is what we all strive for. This is all what we want. All that extra material shit. Look at all the stuff that's been happening to me lately. Just off the strength. Fucking a motherfucker got bread. With all the bad shit that happens to me, just in the last 2-3 years, from fucking first house got fucking destroyed, then I had to fix the house, upgrade it, then from there fucking now another hurricane comes in, that shit fucking destroys fucking part of the property and all of this shit. You need money to fucking survive out here. You need bread. If not, you will see me in a fucking FEMA shelter. If I didn't have bread, you won't see me somewhere out there fucked up. I'm in an Airbnb, chilling, lamping. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, this is the type of shit that I want to show you. Not the, hey man, we over here at a fucking restaurant. We got Salt Babe fucking throwing salt in my shit. For what? That shit doesn't do nothing for you. Most people don't want that. Most people want to have what I have, which is just simple lifestyle, be comfortable, not worry about your fucking, your bills, having a comfortable lifestyle, having a plan for your retirement, that you got 10 more years, and be like, 10 more years, I could fucking retire. Yeah, that's the thing. Savion says there are a lot of rich people who live simple lifestyle and have a lot of money. Keeping your wealth private and it's not being materialistic is the key. Yeah, even like now, like I used to, like before, I used to be like, man, I want to get this and that, like and all this stuff. And I'm like, now I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I just want to make my life simple. I want to have fun. I mean, look at the stuff. I got sick early in the summer. There's so much shit that could happen, and what's important is what you leave behind, what you leave for your kids, what the memories that you have, and those are the things that's most important. we had a family member, somebody, I'm not gonna say the person, but somebody saying like, "Oh, you guys live like millionaires and this and that," and like because you take to vacations and you do this and that, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Not take a vacation? If I work 12 to 16 hours a day, sometimes, what am I supposed to do? Not take my give my kids the lifestyle that they supposed to have? Well, I'm supposed to have my kids in living in the living room too, like how I was growing up. Just hey man, you don't got a room. You sleep right here. When fucking people will come over to the house, you in there in your fucking boxers on top of the couch sleeping. You're like, oh shit, there's fucking people in the house. You got one nutsack coming out of the corner of your fucking boxes. Motherfuckers is like, yo, tuck that nutsack in. People's here. Yo, it's crazy shit that you be like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? I gotta get my shit together. You know what I mean? Yeah, you there? You fucking. Well, I'm supposed to tell my son like, yo, you sleep in the fucking living room for the next 10 years. No, I'm not trying to live like a millionaire. I'm trying to live like how you supposed to live. I'm not doing nothing crazy, you know. So it's like when this family member said that shit, I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, these motherfuckers, they don't get it because they've never done nothing for themselves. They never fucking taken a vacation. They've never fucking invested in themselves. You know, it's like I had one of my cousins. I mean, shout out to him. He's a good person and all of that. But he's like, man, you shouldn't buy your house. When I was buying my house, like, you shouldn't buy a house for a single family house. Nah, man, you gotta buy a multi-family house so you could live in the second floor or the first floor, and then people pay for your fucking your rent and this and that. And I'm like thinking about it, that's that poor talk. That's that fucking poor mentality, right? Like that's a good idea if you're not looking at yourself as you trying to do something better and bigger than that. Now, if you go in and say, well, yeah, man, I barely got this chance to buy in a house. Let me buy a multi-family home so when I can't pay shit, the people from upstairs could pay for the rest of it. I'm not trying to live my life like that. I'm trying to live my life like Uncle Phil in them. You know what I'm saying? Big crib, big fucking shit. Hey, kids going to private school, doing this and that. That's the type of lifestyle I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to live the typical Latino that comes here is like, hey, open up a bodega and he has a multi-family home and he rents and he's the super. I don't want to be a fucking super of a fucking building. I don't want to be fucking dealing with fucking people. I don't even like fucking people like that. I don't want to have fucking people next to me. I want that if I want to scream in my house, I could fucking scream. If my kids want to jump up and down, they could jump up and down. I could do whatever the fuck I want in my house. No one lives close to me. You know what I mean? Why would I have this mentality? I don't blame them, but at the same time, it's like they try to judge you or put you in a fucking pigeonhole that they're in. And like, bro, there's a world outside of this shit. How come this person could go in and have a single family home and live in a good area and do this and that? And I can't do it because I gotta fucking, I gotta be in this fucking mentality of like, whoa, get yourself a multi-family. If whenever the fuck I want to get a multi-family home, I'll get it. I don't want to deal with fucking tenants. Why would I fucking do that shit to myself on my first home when I want to just chill and relax and enjoy my fucking bread, you know? But yeah, sometimes people they don't get it, you know? It's different mindsets. So yeah, so talking about what Brandon said, the worst part is the mindset of everyone working in this type of jobs is like, yo, I've been here for 15 years. It's like, motherfucker, like, I don't want to be here fucking 15 months. Because I know other people who have done better and I've seen examples. Why can't I get that? Why can't I live like that? Right? That's the shit that I always look at. I'm like, yo, if other people did it, why we don't deserve that? We don't deserve to fucking travel. We don't deserve to fucking have our own fucking property? Why does it have to be a multi-family home? Because I'm so scared that I can't fucking have my own place. It's like, no, I want to fucking have my own fucking place. You know, people are crazy. Let me see. Yes, the goals lifestyle is greater, better than rapper celebrity lifestyle currently. Look at James St. Patrick from Power example. He was a goals and had money. Yeah, no, definitely. You gotta be low key. You know, talking about low key, right? I was looking at all the stuff that's happening with this guy Mark Liu, right? I don't know if you guys have been following this. So Mark Liu is the one that created Shit Fast, right? Which is a boilerplate, Next.js boilerplate with Stripe integration. It's just a simple way to just have everything already set up. But because his shit started blowing up, right? Started blowing up online, and a lot of people started using it. He's gotten so much hate, so many fucking haters, right? Because people was like, "Well, this guy never really made any money with software as a service, and he's only, selling the boilerplate, which is like selling shovels, this is and that." And I'm like, people are so fucking dumb. It's like it doesn't matter what it is. If you're able to create something and create value for other people, and you're able to go in and you found a problem and solve that problem, so fucking what? That's the problem that he tackled, right? It's like me. I could have tackled other fucking problems and other shit that I wanted to fucking do. Like, let's say another type of software as a service or something like that. But I focus on coding phase because this is a real problem that people have. People are trying to switch careers, right? Everywhere they go, they make it seem like it's so difficult. And then from there, they don't really prepare them to get the jobs. They just go in and teach you how to code. I wanted to create a platform where we provided that service of giving you all the courses and showing you the ways how to get into the industry and showing you alternative ways for people like me, not for people like them. I'm talking about people like me. So we the ones that having this problem. The Bobby and Mommy kid that went into Stanford, he's not having that issue. You know what I'm saying? So again, going back to Mark Liu, people hating on him because he created this tool for developers, which is a problem that every developer has. What stack should I use? What should I build? Right? He just made it simple. Here's a starter kit. Here you go. Somebody will say, well, they make this for free with open source. There's open source projects you could just download for free. Yes. But guess what? People don't want to learn, don't want to use the open source one. They want to use the one that Mark Liu created, right? And people are pissed off about that. And it's usually a couple of losers that they don't got shit to do. Because it's very hard for, a developer, an engineer, right? That's been doing this for, let's say, 10 years, 10 plus years, probably doing a bunch of apps and doing a bunch of shit, right? And for whatever reason, everything he builds, he don't get no hits, he don't get no views, he don't get people subscribing, people are not signing up. Shit, he maybe never even made $10,000 put together. And he looks at this guy and says, well, this guy's fucking killing it, and everyone fucking buying his product, let's go hate on him, right? And it's fucking crazy how people, instead of like looking at stuff and being motivated, they just want to go in and hate. So why am I bringing this up, right? The biggest problem with Mark Liu is he's posting how much he's making, right? When you go in and you show people how much you really make, you create a target on your back. You gotta be low key out here. Unless you make money from showing off how much you make, then it makes sense at that point. But if you don't make no money from that shit, no one needs to know how much you make. That just creates haters. Motherfuckers that's frustrated, that they can't figure it out how you doing it, and they're gonna come after you every way possible. So now he got his apps being DDoS, right? Fucking people trying to hack into his shit, people going into his applications and saying, hey, how unsecure they are, and this, and that. So they'll have a million fucking ways to try to bring him down. Now, if he was low key and he created a service or a product and just put it out there and not even tell nobody how much he's making, hey, we got 1,000 customers. No one knows if those 1,000 customers is bringing you in, let's say, I don't know, $1 million. But if you go in and you fucking start plastering this shit on the internet and say, yeah, guys, we're making 40,000 a month, we're making 80,000 a month, we're making 90,000 a month, 100,000 a month, you're making a fucking, you creating the haters. You know what I'm saying? And this is why even like this whole idea of building in public, it don't make no sense. That should make sense for someone like Peter Levels, where most of his apps were originally used by like developers. Mark Liu, and maybe in the beginning it makes sense for the stuff that he's doing. But once you go and take that route, you putting a target on your back. There's motherfuckers that they don't got shit to live for. They don't got a dog to take outside to piss. They don't got a girlfriend to smash. They don't got nothing. This is all they have, their laptop. Right? And what they do is they look at other people's success and they try to go in and say, I'm going to discredit this person. I'm going to bring this person down. I'm going to try to hack his app. I'm going to try to go in this, and that. Because they ain't got shit to live for. So posting your income or how much you make or your stuff, it makes no sense at all. You know, especially in this day and age. Especially with software as a service, don't do it. No one needs to know, right? It's like right now, there's, how you call this shit, like the indie hackers community, right? I like the indie hackers community, but there's, how you call this, there's people that are sharing, you know, every single thing about how much their apps are making, right? Let me see if I find it. See if I show you guys. Indie hackers. Let's see if I find it. But yeah, so it's like people go in and sharing their how much they're making from their apps, and that's dangerous because what you're doing is you already confirming to somebody that there's money in that niche, and when you do that, what you do is you go in and let other developers know, you know, all the research that you had to do, all the ideas that you had to come up with, right? You making it easy for them to go and create your competitors. Let me see. Let's see, where is it? Damn. Let me see, where is it? Tech, starting up, and e-commerce, money. Damn, this is a place. See if I find it. Show it to you guys. Post, not the post. There's a whole bunch of them. I'll see if I find it later on. But yeah, like, don't do that. If you hopping into this thing, creating software as a service, don't fucking share how much revenue. You don't need to share that to nobody, bro. That shit's gonna put a target on your back, and it's just gonna make it easy for people to create your own competition. John the Green says, man, I'm 36 too, but my experience was different. I agree about the rental part. I was blessed to spend a lot of my 20s in college, so I didn't have to really worry about that much. Let me see. Boom, boom. I see Shopify changes really fast. It's constantly changing. Yeah, Shopify is going to change constantly, bro. Like, it's almost impossible to go in and say, well, it's like hydrogen. You know, like hydrogen, one of the things that I did, I created a course on hydrogen, right? By the time I finished the course, they did another version of hydrogen. Now there's another different version of hydrogen. There's hydrogen with remix. Guess what? By this year, now it's hydrogen remix, but remix is now remix router. This is development. You get what I'm saying? This shit happens like that. When you go in and you take any course or anything that you do out here, you're going in to learn the foundation, learn what the systems is, right? There's things that you might bump into, not a bug, but could be a menu that somebody shows you in a course that they might have changed the location. This shit happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is set in stone. And it's almost impossible for any instructor or any company to go in and say, well, every single time that a company does a change, like in Shopify, that we're going to go in and create a new video showing every single change. Because at that point, you know, what will cost, like, let's say, for example, you come into coding phase, you're paying $200, $300 for 6 months, right? You will have to pay thousands of dollars at that point. $200, $300 doesn't cover constantly doing every single little change that a company that, you know, you're creating a course for us, it wouldn't cover that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how you look at it, it's just business. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. So yeah, when you go through any course, anything that you're working on, what you're learning is the foundation, the fundamentals, understanding how these things work. And there's also gonna be some part of you that you have to do some of the work, because everything changes. This is web development, and shit is gonna get even more crazier. There's things that's gonna be changing on a monthly basis. You know, frameworks used to change every 6 months. Now frameworks are changing every 2-3 months. Now there's tools that get added into services on a weekly basis. This is what differentiates the beginners, and everyone could be a beginner, but this is what differentiates the people that can figure shit out and start using their brain. Like, even when you take a course, the course itself is giving you the foundation. You're gonna have to also use your brain. We can't spoon feed you every single thing. It's almost impossible. This is an industry that changes so fast that it's almost impossible. You know? So that's something that people gotta come in and understand. You know? That's just how it is. If not, if you want to go in and be like, yo, I need to have something up to date to this moment, to this day, to this single moment, instant in time, you're going to have to pay thousands of dollars. And that's where you got to go and ask yourself, do you want to spend thousands of dollars? Is that shit worth it to you? If it's worth it, then yeah, pay thousands of dollars. But most people are not willing to do that. Most people don't have that type of money to spend thousands of dollars. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody comes in and tells me, yo, Joe, I got $10,000 for you, I'll sit down with them every fucking, once a week and go through the whole process. And you don't even have to take a course. I'll go and I'll train you myself. Just one-on-one. We do one session a week, go through the course. But the truth is, who wants to pay $10,000? So yeah, man. John, the geeks, I get it. There's little changes in Shopify. That's life. That's welcome to web development, my guy. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I be thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, I don't know what you guys think this is. This is the real world. You know what I'm saying? This is the real world, unfortunately. It's not as easy. I can't go in and put a chip into your head and be like, hey, I can make you into a Shopify developer or a theme developer or anything. There's things that you have to do that's also part of your side. I'll do my 50%, you do the other 50%. You know, it's almost impossible to 100% spoon feed you everything because this shit changes so fast. You know, that's just how it is. Let me see. Reading through here. It's crazy because people will take the time to DDoS someone instead of making something for themselves. Yes. That's the shit that makes no sense to me. It's like, why would you go in and take the time to try to attack? Like, I'll be seeing this shit all the time on YouTube. There's YouTubers that be like, "Whoa, I got this app and it's making $1,000," and then some dude from the same community that's watching him goes in and DDoS his fucking thing just to prove a point or to make you spend money. There was a guy that I saw that had a $3,000 bill on Vercel because he went in and shared his thing on YouTube, and people, you know, he was just like coming up with an idea, just putting it up online, and he just forgot he had everything already connected on Vercel, his credit card. People went in, DDoS his shit, and fucking made him spend $3,000. Now Vercel is a piece of shit. They don't give a fuck. You go in, you use Vercel, they want their money. That's why I don't even know. I was thinking about like rebuilding Coding Phase, the homepage with Vercel, but every time that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't like the way how fucking Vercel works, man. Because Vercel is a wrapper of, it's an AWS wrapper, right? But then they don't have systems to stop from you going over. Let's say right now, let's say I want to spend only $100 at a maximum. There's not really a lot of clear ways that you could go in and cap that, because in people are like, oh, it is a skill issue. I shouldn't have to fucking be an expert in Vercel or Next.js to say I don't want my shit to be going over $25 or $50. Because if it's gonna go over that, just shut down the whole fucking server. You get what I'm saying? But they do that on purpose because they want to go in. They want you to go to the maximum. Oh, that somebody DDoS you? Oh, you should have had Cloudflare. You should have done this, this, and that. You should have went to this setting that's under this setting that's under this other setting. You get what I'm saying? Like, when in reality, you could go and get a dedicated server for like $10, $15 on a monthly basis. That's the problem with fucking with Next.js and Vercel. And that's why I don't know. Like I hate the fact that we're in this stage in development. You know, from the influencers to these fucking companies, you know, that pay influencers, like they fucking have made it as if Vercel is like the next coming of Jesus and Next.js was so fucking amazing. And it's like, it's not even that great. It's not. A lot of the fucking React services that, you know, component, all the shit that they fucking added just makes shit more complicated. If I want to just build an app, I could do that shit very simple. PHP, blah, blah, blah. Or even with Node.js, open up an Express, da, da, da. I don't need no fucking hydration. I don't need no server-side components. And if I need some sections that are done with server-side, guess what? I could go in and run that shit through Node.js and that renders the HTML files. I don't know, bro. So it's a whole big scam, man. It's a whole fucking big scam. And they sold all of us on that shit. They sold all of us on that shit. And that should have been a red flag when they started buying out like the core React development team, right? And putting them to work with Vercel. Why the fuck would a company that makes an open source framework, right? Which that's how they sold themselves to us. Why would they be hiring all the core members of React, taking them from from Meta to go work with them, you know, and it was a whole fucking play. They had a long term play, bro. Get the hype going for Next.js, make everybody think that React, that Next.js is React. Next.js is not fucking React. Next.js is a fucking framework built to use a fucking service that they have. It brings no value. It brings no value other than hype at all. And we got sold on it. And you get what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. They sold us on a fucking dream, and we ran with it. For real, bro. They fucking sold us on a dream. And so many people are sucking up on that fucking that Kool-Aid pipe. They got that shit like that. Like, yo, here you go. Suck on this Kool-Aid pipe from Next.js. It's just the tip. You know what I mean? Yo, Next.js, they're nasty, man. They're, not for nothing, they're nasty. Like, that's like a long-term play. It's like, yo, how can we go in and create a service, right? And fucking make money from this people, but they won't even know it. In the long term, we'll put an open source project out there. Open source project, create a whole hosting service all around this open source project. And then we'll bring the React core team members into our company. And we'll bring the Svelte guys into our company. And we'll even bring I don't know if even you works with them, but maybe he does. But they're like fucking buying out everybody, bringing them into their fucking company to then from there sell you on the hosting service that you have no control how much they fucking gonna charge you. God forbid you left some shit open. God forbid you have a function running. God forbid you left a function running somewhere. God forbid you ran a infinite for loop or some shit. God forbid. They say, yo, go serverless. You don't need a server. Let us handle your server. God forbid you make a mistake. Back in the days, God forbid you made a mistake, your server shuts down, and you still only pay $15. Nowadays, that shit running unlimited. You're like, oh shit, we got 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. Fuck them. Guys, listen, I'm out of here. If you want to learn how to code, you want to come to Coding Face, go check out the link in the description. Start your 7-day free trial, limited time only. Again, after that, you can continue working with us. If not, then it is what it is. But like I said, limited time only. We're going to be having Coding Face with that 7-day free trial. Then from there, by next month, November, it's back to basically regular schedule. Like, hey, if you want to sign up, you sign up. I'm just doing this thing to really help out those of you guys that are in the fence and they're like, I don't know, can this work for me? Can this not work for me? Does the meetings even, worth it? Is it worth me paying, $70 a month to go and do this? Think of this like a gym, okay? You could go to the gym. You could go to the cheap fucking Platinum Fitness and go to the gym by yourself, right? That could cost you $20. Shit, you could go to the park. The park is free. But if you want to come into a gym where you have a gym trainer and they're creating a diet for you and doing everything for you, holding your hand and emailing and calling, yo, bro, show up to the gym. We here. Da-da-da. Guess what? You pay $70. It's worth it, okay? I always compare Coding Face to a gym membership because that's what it is, right? You're basically paying the same price. Now, if you feel you could do it by yourself, go ahead, go show up to the park, go lose some weight on your own, right? If you're the type of individual that wants to see results, when The Rock, the guy that played Logan on Wolverine and this and that, like, bro, those guys, they don't play no game. They don't be like, whoa, let me show up to a park because I don't want to spend no money on paying for a trainer. Nah, they show up to the professionals. The motherfuckers that show up and be like, yo, how many veins you want to have in your neck? You get what I'm saying? They show up to the movie says like, yo, how many abs he got to show? Abs from his tummy to his fucking to his neck. That's how many abs you want him to have. Cool. Let's go in. Let's create this diet. Let's put him on this gym. Let's put him on this regimen, this workout. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Coding Phase. Okay. So again, guys, I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. See you guys later. Peace.